Make ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
Everyone, land where you can! We must wait out the storm!
You've got to be shitting me. What? place.
Ah, there you are.
Oh.
Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I had begun to despair of finding you again.
Do you recognize the crashed ship over yonder? Mistress Alizé and I briefly inspected it. It is the vessel that bore Master Alphino away.
But there was no sign of him, nor of Maxima and his people.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area. These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard. Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphino is his prisoner?
We don't know that yet.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphino is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphino is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
Forgive me, I need a moment. On present evidence, I see we have no reason to fear the worst. More than that I cannot say. We are no closer to establishing Master Alphino's whereabouts, and the suggestion of an Imperial plot only compounds matters. We have much to consider. Well, that was decidedly uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for our sensed. Joking aside, I'd say our birds are due for a good brush down and a treat or two, wouldn't you? I had hoped to steal a moment's rest after a little outing, but it would seem a duty calls. Foreign emissary arrived in my absence. Do not let us keep with you then. So I was wondering if you might join me. cannot think of a guest who could fail to be more impressed by the presence of this. At least none I should be happy to receive. Of course, if you think it'd be useful. Thank you. Let us return to my math.
Lise, what brings you here?
Oh, Alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hien. But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail? Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Doma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
Well, someone has to do it.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not sure about, though. You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that attacked Alphino's airship. But the Popularis would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varus's blessing. So why would he sabotage his own mission?
They may not have been acting on Varus's orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family, the Crown Prince included.
When Yotsuyu summoned Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a dormant citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows. Most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
Whichever Ascian you mean. We all know the nature of our adversary.
The servants of chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Doma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters. But come, Lise. You have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Right. So the big news is that Alamigo has agreed to join the Eorzean Alliance. To make it official, and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting, and we were hoping you might come too. We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans in check, and I agree.
As do I. By coordinating our efforts in the east and west, we may be able to discourage them from committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here. In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Dorma unguarded. Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
Understood. I'll let the Alliance know. We'll wait to hear from you before setting a date. The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally. Do you remember the way?
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
Not to mention the concussions. Don't worry, Alphanos has been through countless trials and come out stronger every time. He'll be back, I'm sure of it. That the Alliance would extend an invitation to Doma bespeaks the depth of their concern. No whether are they misguided. If Galamaldo has fallen at Ascian control, the threat we face is incalculable. Ugiria assures me the task of searching is best left to her comrades. I shall trust their experience and focus on what I can do. But we are happy to cooperate with the Ares and allies. There are many things that Doma must do alone. My advisors and I will presently convene to discuss the matter of Doma's defenses. You are welcome to stay, of course. Had you not offered, I would have requested leave to remain. Where the Ascians are concerned, naught may be left to chance. As ever, we would benefit from your experience. I thank you for coming, niece, even if it was on official business. I'd hoped there might be time to show you the land you helped save, but I will settle for a fleeting visit if needs must. There never does seem to be enough time for anything, does there? But I did like to see a little of the Enclave. You made excellent progress, I must say, and soon you'll have the chance to see how we're getting on too. Till the meeting, then. Daniel, was wondering if I might have a word with you before I go, in private. Go on, my friend. I will send for Hakuro and the others in the meantime. Great, I'll wait for you at the docks. Thanks for coming. Knowing you, you've probably guessed what I wanted to talk about. Alice, she's acting as if everything's alright, but it's clear she's barely coping. The Alice I know is overbearing, willful, and reckless, and that's fine. It's how she deals with feeling weak. She has to keep moving, or she's afraid she'll fall apart. A lot like me. But the thing about people like us is that we need someone to keep an eye on us. I had Papalimo, and now I have my friends in the Resistance. And Alice has you in the Scions. Before you start, I'm not saying you're neglecting her. I'm sure you aren't, and I'm sure you won't. But she's a good friend, and when I see her like this, I can't help worrying. So please, make sure you give her all the support she needs, alright? Leave it to me. Thank you, Daniel. It goes without saying, but if there's anything I can do, you need only ask. Well, I'd best be off. See you in Alamigo. We had our suspicions to the start. Part of me was courageous enough to believe the Empire's promises. Never again. The Imperial Court is a nest of vipers, and any piece of the offer is laced with poison. Your return is most timely. We've just apprised of those newly arrived at the where matters stand. Is everything alright with Elise? I won't ask for details. I'll know you'd tell me if it were important. I dare say I can guess the subject we're discussing in the police. She too was never one for concealment. Fortunately for you, the individual question seems none the wiser. There you are, my friend. Everyone is assembled, so let us begin.
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, you giddy, and correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea. 'Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire. And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own. In addition to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca. I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Ascian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
It may even seem practical. Under the guidance of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractious city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out? Not that anyone has forgotten, but the Garleans have airships. Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies. During our time in the Burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual. But something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Azizlar. Identical, in fact. For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the Burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
Azizlar was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier, impenetrable even to an Agrius-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key Imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region.
Whoops.
If an Imperial fleet were to advance upon Doma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the burn.
I see.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy. And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the burn.
A source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
A curious question. Besides Azizlar, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
Just the 2 occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the Azim Steppe. Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall we see whither this road leads?
We have fought long and sacrificed much to reclaim our freedom. We'll die before I allow the Empire to take it from us again. The reigning Ruby Princess is more receptive to the outside world than her predecessor, is true. But what we offer is an invitation to war. Though I plead our case, I fear we can expect little from you, Sui no Sato. In the field of theology, the Azim Steppe remains unbroken ground. Having missed your last expedition through injury, I mean to seize this opportunity with both hands. The Azim Steppe. I always wanted to see it. It is settled then. I will journey to the Azim Steppe with the Scions. Yugiri and Hakuro, I leave our other neighbors to you. My apologies, but I won't be joining you. I know aetherologists and what skills they do possess are unlikely to be of any great use to the mission, but more importantly, it seems to me that the ruins and the burn want attention. And so while you are away securing an energy source, I will engage our friends at the Garland Ironworks to undertake a complete overhaul of the field generators. We need them in good working order for our plan to succeed. Trust there are no objections. Come on now, Isaac, you do not get Tarturo to do it? I'm sure she'd love the burn. Joking aside, I was planning to enlist her help in organizing everything. We'll still need a sign on the ground. Don't worry, I'll make sure you manage without me. Good luck. Just the 3 of us then. Very well. Shall we make first for reunion? That's... Extreme Shiva is not that difficult. This is a fine feeling to be back. Were it not for our mission, I would like nothing more than to lie on the grass and watch the clothes float by. So this is the Azim step. The tales do not do it justice. If you think the view here is impressive here, wait till we reach higher ground. Actually, seeing as it's your first visit, permit me to show you my favorite spot.
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
Of course. During my time with the mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizlar and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens? I suppose that might suffice.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I would.
Intriguing myth, though I wonder how Nama came to be woven into it. An elegant hand, perhaps. From here we shall travel to Moli Lo. There we may ask Serena about the particulars of the myth and raise the matter of an alliance with the rulers of the steppe. So that is Serena. Please told me something of the woman, but I did not think we would ever have the occasion to meet. Tell me, do you notice anything different about them all? How they carry themselves? That, my friend, is pride. I do believe the victory in the Nadam meant more to them than I realized. Strange. Amidst the radiance of your being, I sense a shadow. I pray it is but in my imagination. Ian, Daniel, I am glad of your visit and the opportunity to welcome a new friend. How may we serve you? There is a matter I would discuss with the mole. It concerns not only the peoples of the steppe, but every land in the Far East. A shard of the shining moon left by the wayfaring soul, and you need this to protect our lands. I do. My friends and I will wish to find the shard and ascertain the extent of its power. Will you tell me more of the place where it lies buried, this northern crag? If that is your wish, in the mountains to the north is a cavern called the House of the Crooked Coin. Inside this cavern are pillars of stone that legend holds to be the source of Nama's power. I believe you'll find what you seek. Ah, yes, I know of the place. 'Tis a brisk walk. And what are your thoughts on our alliance? Should the Empire return, our lines will be engulfed in a storm of conflict whether we will it or no. If we do not stand together, we will fall apart. This I believe with all my heart. However, among the tribes of the steppe, there are those who revere Nama above all else. To them the sacred pillars are sacred and not to be disturbed. Should you proceed as you propose, such tribes are like to spurn an alliance, prompting others to follow the example. That is my concern. But it is by no means certain that the pillars will provide the power you seek. Ere you risk your followers in Nama, might you first visit the House of the Crooked Coin. If all else is you hope, we may consider how to best earn your blessing. I thank you for your counsel. We will do as you suggest. I have no desire to give offense to those with whom I will join hands. Thank you for your understanding. Though the mole may reign over the steppe today, the decision will save the days to come, and we will not force others into a war against their will. Nor will we. 100-fold stronger than are they who choose to fight of their own volition. In a place such as a steppe, where myriad tribes exist side by side, it is important to respect each other's ways, and it would be wise indeed to respect the beliefs of those who would gladly render up body and soul to the Dusk Mother. Sirian is quite right. Before we seek permission to use these pillars, we should determine if they are suitable for our purposes. Seems that the time has come to put my skills to use. Pray lead the way to the House of the Crooked Coin. Well, certainly looks powerful. Powerful enough. That you'll have to ask the expert.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
We are. This is an elegant artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether. I strongly suspect the ancients used it to stem the flow from here to the burn. That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azys La from its surroundings. But were we to throw open the floodgates, the resultant deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall. And in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area. An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma. Whatever the explanation, the answer will not reveal itself here. We have seen what we needed to see. Let us return to Mol Ilo.
Well, looks like I was right about the pillars. Now all we need is permission to use them. That such an abundant source of ether should lie undisturbed for millennia. It is a miracle made possible by the steppes' long history of isolation. You have found out what you seek then. Great indeed is the Dust Mother's power. If not less will suffice to protect our lands, the blessing of the other tribes must now be sought. Of course, but which tribes shall we appeal? There are many who worship Nama, but none are so fervent in their faith as the Dothal. Their consent shall be the key. The Dothal. Lee spoke of them. A warlike tribe possessed of unique customs and beliefs. A sense of cooperation will not easily be won. Nay, but it will well worth be the effort. The Dothal fear nothing, death least of all. An alliance would be greatly strengthened by their presence. Let us go to Dothal Ka and treat with the Hatun Sadu. When you meet with the Dothal, I shall send messengers to the other tribes. If Sadu can be swayed, I'm certain more will follow. Despite her fondness of battle, Sadu is an astute leader. If we plead our case in earnest, I'm certain she can be persuaded. Great faith gives rise to great strength, for better or worse. Whatever it is the Dothal holds sacred, we should do well to accord it all respect. You again. Our other matters demand our time. That's quite the opposite, in fact. Talking, always talking. You say the pillars hold great power? Of course they do. Another source of Nama's strength. To the Dothal, no place is more sacred, and we will make ash of any who would defile it. Though I see this is not your wish. You see the wisdom of our proposition, then. You will join hands with us. I said nothing of joining hands. You wish to wield Nama's power to defend these lands, and this would I allow. But for leaving the step to fight in the men in iron, I would have something in return. Namely battle with you, Han. The Nadam ended the era began. I would face you again alone without distractions. Defeat me, prove yourself to the stronger, and you shall have the Dothal as your allies. Surely these are agreeable terms. Well, this is not a wholly unexpected turn of events, but I assume I will be the one required to fight. Alas, the Hatun has made a choice. Shall we dance? Ha! Your battle the steppe shall not soon forget. Ah, already my soul burns brighter. Prepare yourself, Han, and await me outside the Ha. I will gather my witnesses and join you anon. Why are you still here? Go, wait for me outside the Ha. I will join you outside. Soon enough.